French in the semis or Kvitova in the final on big points, the doubles have creeped in. But from the baseline, she's been very aggressive. Share of the majors, just a lot of possibilities. And now there's a few less with Serena playing so well, but
then a couple points of the Roland Garros final, which surprised lots of people. Did.
Took that return early.
One of the things that has made Sharapova successful. Big forehand.
Consultant, friend, coach.
Does that kind of thing work okay when someone has a loosely defined? A long practice session, but Sveta came right at Maria there. We got it back over. Well, he's still out there.
Yeah, no, it says they parted in that relationship. But Caroline, as you see a replay of all these balls, look at that one-handed stretch by Maria on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Sharopova's been playing a lot better, a lot more consistently the last few weeks.
No call. So on the baseline. What's it like?
Accomplished.
That's a nice approach from Kuznetsova. Had to hit a tough overhead backpedaling.
That's too good.
She's doing a good job, Mary Jo, in this set of creating some angles.
Movement. She's getting to the ball early, and there's the angle you're talking about. Then she moves in, changes the direction of the ball. More than Kuznetsova at the moment.
Good body serve, jamming.
It was around 50%.
She got a first serve in on that break point, Pam, but not much on it. Right into the share. It's up to the player to call them out. I think it'd be more interesting if the coach had the ability. I'm going out there.
Yeah,
I don't care what you say. Ooh.
Larissa's coming out.
Thomas is sitting right there as the first.
How was her frame of mind?
I know. She's okay. She's, I mean, I'm glad she's happy, you know.
Being happy is important. How about you in the coach's box? You happy?
To play that kind of tennis. And the nerves have gotten in the way. As you see another blasting return from Sharapova to break.
Anytime she...
How do I beat that into him? I don't.
You try.
Let me rephrase that comment about let me beat that into him.
Yeah.
They get talented going down a water slide at a water park.
There's a good return from Kuznetsova. She's got to begin to do that and make Sharapova pay for those second serve.
Such a big difference in the court positioning of these two players in this match, Chris. I mean, in that...
trip to the net. Sharapova
Needs to step it up, and certainly has so far in this match.
She's looked very sharp, and
Mikhail broken. And she'll have to keep fighting as Petrova will serve for that match, up 5-3. Christina Mikhail. She just not getting away with anything, and that was
for Kuznetsova to have any chance to come back in this match. Sharapova matches through the years, and this summer she's making the adjustment on the serve. On some of these first serves, she's changing the ball toss a little bit, throwing.
That serve came in at 83 and came back faster.
I mean, there's a great example. That was a first serve. Maria had the rhythm on that return.
She's in rhythm right now. Takes a quick step back and just actually challenged. They didn't show the correct replay. Right back to work. It's a beautiful point. Some big hitting from Kuznetsova, setting up drop shot winner.
Game, variety, great feel in the drop shot. You have to be inside the court to be able to make this shot, and she had a little bit more.
5 o'clock. Right back to work. That's got to be so discouraging for Svet.
There's always pressure the way she is.
It's getting louder at her end of the court, isn't it? Trying to serve this thing out. Wow. A return like so many others this afternoon. Loud punctuation to an uncharacteristically routine win head-to-head. These three had played 3 straight 3-set matches, but it was all Sharapova today. Couple wobbles, Mary Jo, on serve in the second set. You said she got a little tight, but overall she's got to be pleased, huh?
I think so. I mean, 6-2, 4-1. It was all Sharapova. She was striking.
Got used to expecting some complicated and competitive matches when Sharapova and Kuznetsova play, but this one pretty straightforward and pretty dominant. 6-2, 6-3. As Maria moves through to the quarterfinals and joins us now on the set with lots of her fans behind us here.
They're everywhere. Look at this.
Fans
They're
today.
crazy. I know.
Well, I mean, you're known for having a great return. What is it like in the returner's position today when it looked like you're just seeing the ball like a basketball and going after every return with aggression?
Honestly, I think when I was injured, I couldn't serve for such a long time that I was working on the return so much because really I could only hit from the baseline, couldn't do too many volleys and or anything over the head. So I would hit a lot from the back and return a lot. And yeah, it's definitely a part of my game that's improved.
What I love is the first serve returns. I mean, do you make that commitment in your head before your opponent serves that no matter what, I'm going after this return, even a first serve?
Well, I think that's that's my mindset. That's that's really the way my game is. And if I'm thinking like that on the court, then if I lose the match doing the right thing, and if I make a few mistakes, and sometimes it can be crucial and can lose you the match. But as long as you're doing what will ultimately help you win more matches, that's what you got to be doing.
Big tournament here, and of course an even bigger one coming up in New York. And Pam reported that Thomas Hogstedt, your coach, said, "All right, time to step it up."
It is.
Now, what does that mean to you?
It's time to step it up. It's basically what it means. I was kind of just, I don't know, walking around the last 2 weeks and not really getting my head straight. So I just, I decided to come here, and I thought actually in the beginning of the match, I said to myself, you really got to go out there and, you got to take care of business. Win or lose, you really got to improve your game right now.
So step up the attitude off the court and then step up the game on it?
Well, I think, after the long stretch in Europe, you get home, you take like 6 days off, and then you're like, okay, I got to get back into work again. And, and playing matches. So it's nice to have these matches before they open.
When we watch you, Maria, though, the intensity is always there. I mean, whether you feel it or not, it looks to us from the very first point, you're treating it like a match point. How difficult is it to play at that level with that intensity all the time?
Well, I actually think that was something I was lacking a little bit last year. It was on and off, and I think it cost me a little bit, especially away from the matches, and just getting myself motivated to the point where that translate onto the matches. I would play a few good ones, but then I'd have a few letdowns, and it's always tough as an athlete, to go up and down. But yeah, this year I feel like I have the right attitude. I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. But yeah, it's exciting.
Probably wouldn't admit to it, but when you see Samantha Stosur's name next to yours in a draw, do you get a little bit of a smile? You've had no trouble with the kick serve that troubles so many opponents, and really kind of had your way with her a couple times, including twice this year.
Well, you can never underestimate a good opponent, and she's been really successful in her career, and she's playing some of her best tennis in the last couple of years. So it's not something that you take for granted when you go out on the court. You really, you go out there, and no matter what the record is or how you've played against her, it's a new match. That's why they put the nets up, to go out and play.
Good attitude.
Trying to get number 9, your victory against Sam Stosur. But now let's look a little bit ahead. U.S. Open. You feel you're on course now to peak at the right time. You've played so many matches so well at the majors.
Right.
Is there anything in your game that you wish you were doing a little bit better?
That's always the goal, is to peak at the big ones, especially at the U.S. Open. The biggest stage for us, and the biggest stadium, and the loudest fans of New York City. It's always a pleasure to play there, and obviously you hope you peak towards the end of the tournament and improve as the tournament goes on.
No Sasha here this week. You talk about intensity and focus. When he is in the friends box, I've never seen anything like that. I was near him at Wimbledon. I mean, is it different for you when he's here or not here?
Well, it was really nice having him on the road, but after 2.5 months, I was joking with him that he's become a bit of a tennis groupie. We always had that inside joke, so I'm like, okay, it's back to work now, and he's actually heading off to Turkey soon, so...
Yeah, there's a lockout, but he's looking for basketball
but
overseas.
But he's going to play, exactly, overseas, so it's great for him.
That's a good thing.
All right. It's good to get a little separation, that intensity.
You appreciate each other.
Any couple would say that.